Wait, this is a rebrand. Well, I've got to tell the story of this one. Is there anyone here from Illumia who can talk about the rebrand? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, Jenn Chellew, Senior Vice President of Marketing? Great. Jenn, come on over. We love talking about our brand marketing here. And I got to ask you about this rebrand because hot pink, definitely a good color. Let's get to it.
Swaay.Health.
Well, Jenn, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me, Colin. I really appreciate it.
This is a lot of fun because you literally unveiled your brand just a little while ago at this conference. But Jenn, before we get into that, can you, for the benefit of our audience, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your role, and a little bit about Illumia.
Sure. So Jenn Chellew, I have been with Illumia now for 5 years, the SVP of Marketing, and I've spent the last 20 years across financial services, higher ed, marketing, and product marketing. So really excited to be here. This is our flagship event of the year. We love being in person with our clients, spending time with them. Thrilled that we had such a great turnout. We had over 950 people here this week. So so it's been a great experience.
Yeah, this is a fantastic event. I love being here at the Opryland Gaylord Hotel. It's a fantastic venue for an event. And well, technically, Illumia is only like a few days old with like this brand.
Yes.
You guys unveiled it here at the conference.
Yes, I'm working really hard to continue saying Illumia versus Transact or CBORD all the time. We just, back in August of 24, Transact and CBORD merged, came together. And at that point, we really recognized that Transact nor CBORD represented who we now were as a company. So we started this rebrand journey, and we're very intentional about how we move forward, talking with clients, with partners, with employees. We did some research surveys, we did interviews, we have our client advisory board. We dug in with them, got them to weigh in on some of the decisions along the way, but really made sure that we grounded our decision in research. Also took a look at the marketplace and our competitors to see what folks were doing, and made sure that we differentiated ourselves, but really stuck with who we were at the core.
Now, I mean, it's such a unique thing to go through a rebrand, especially with two legacies with such strong brand recognition, and both Transact and CBORD. And CBORD is the one we recognize a little bit more because it was healthcare focused. So what made you, what was the impetus in terms of the trigger? Was there a trigger to say, hey, we need something new?
Yeah, I mean, I think that neither one, again, fully represented who we were. We have the broadest product suite in the market. When you combine Transact's products, Campus ID, payments, and commerce, we had acquired QuickCharge in 23, which was touching into the hospital space as well. And then, CBORD came to the table also with higher ed products, but a strong presence in the healthcare space, food and nutrition. So we had this broad breadth of products, so we wanted to make sure that we were coming out with a bold new presence to represent that we're really this, new organization going forward.
Right, 1 + 1 does not equal 2, equals 3 in this case, something new and different.
Yes.
So how did you arrive at the new name?
So the new name, again, grounded in research. We worked with an agency, DeSantis Brindell, out of New York, and they kind of guided us through this process. I had not been through a rebrand of this magnitude nor a renaming before, so I really needed a great partner to walk beside us, and they were fantastic. But we looked at a lot of names. 250, 300 names along the way, and really, dove into the meaning, made sure that they were aligning with who we were becoming as this new organization. Pioneering the art of the experience is what we've been kind of calling our tagline. And so there's finding a name, then you test it with your clients, with your employees, the leadership team weighed in, made sure that it made sense. Of course, you dig into, can I register this name? Can I get it copyrighted? Does anybody else have it? Is there anything similar to it? So it was a journey. looked at lots of names, and then we landed on Illumia in the fall.
Nice. I mean, it's a great name. It rolls off the tongue.
I was going to say, rolls off the tongue.
It rolls off the tongue. But now, well, the name was one thing, and again, like I said, you had two strong legacy brands. Was there any elements from the original brands that you kind of are carrying forward into Illumia?
So, both Transact and CBORD were very grounded in high levels of support and service. We have a really broad wealth of institutional knowledge at the organization. That kind of fed into our new brand. We have probably 50 to 75 employees that worked in either healthcare or higher ed before and have brought that deep expertise to the table. So I would say it's, the three things are the deep expertise, high level of client support, and then innovation is the third piece.
And what are some of the new elements that are, you've incorporated into this new brand and it's going to help you going forward?
I think it's, so we've always kind of focused on this broad ecosystem of partners. That's another thing that has stayed. But it's really elevating the experience, making those experiences feel seamless. They don't have to think about what they're doing. A patient is, in the hospital, they need to focus on getting themselves better. But we want them to make their meal process smooth and simple, or make sure that they're getting the food that they need that's been prescribed by their doctor. They don't have to worry about those things. So I think it's really making sure that we're elevating those experiences and making them feel seamless.
Well, here at the conference, Illumia is everywhere. Nice branding.
Yep.
I noticed, by the way, you're very on brand with your earrings.
Yes.
That's a marketing.
SVP of marketing
that's
always
a marketing
has to be
thing.
on brand. Yes.
By the way, hot pink is the Swaay.Health colors too, so
yes.
we're going to match when we start
Awesome.
doing this video.
Awesome.
But walk me through the transition. How are you transitioning? Are you keeping the old names for a little while? Is there sort of a transition timeline where you're still going to be saying like Illumia, formerly Transact and CBORD? Walk me through that, because it is such a big change.
It is a massive change. It really will unfold, I would say, over the next 12 to 18 months. We intentionally launched here because our clients are here. So it made sense to introduce the brand to them as they're the core of what we do. So we rolled out some marketing this week. We launched our new website. We switched over our social presence. We did some, I would say, core priority marketing work in this first pass. And then slowly but surely, we will roll this into products. But we have to be really careful because our clients communicate directly with their employees, with their students, with their patients, and they call the product CBORD or Transact. So we have to make sure that we're very intentional about giving them enough lead time to adapt to those changes, to make any changes that they need to on their end. So, marketing out of the gate, and then the product piece will roll slowly. So you may still see CBORD Patient app or Quick Charge when you go into the App Store to download. And those will take a little bit more time because we want to make sure everyone's prepared.
Right, I like that. So from a marketing standpoint, you really did cut over. You got a new website, new branding, it's everywhere here. Yep. I see a lot of people with the new shirts and everything as well. And then, but the product, the legacy stuff is going to take its little time. And I think that's a great and wise thing to do.
Absolutely.
So how have customers and staff reacted to the new brand?
I think they were really, honestly, surprised.
Okay.
Everybody in our space is kind of in that, we call out the color wheel, everybody's kind of in that blue-green mode on the far side, and now you have Illumia on the opposite side. We intentionally wanted to be bold, signal this new chapter, demonstrate that we are here, we are one company, it's a fresh start. So everybody's been really positive about it. It's got a wow factor to it that I think, this is the first time in my career that I've done a renaming. I've done a few rebrands. We brought this to the leadership team. On the first time, they were like, "This is it. Wow, this is amazing." And that, as a marketers out there, that never ever happens. You have multiple rounds of iteration. We did one round of creative with the agency, said, "Oh, tweak some stuff here," came back, took it to the leadership team, and they were like, sold, we're done. So, so it's just really exciting too to see it all come to life, because we've been working behind the scenes, looking at colors and fonts and all of that stuff, and now it's like here at a trade show, up on the stage. So it's been a lot of fun.
Well, walk me through, was there anything during the rebrand process that was a little unexpected for you? Maybe an unexpected bump in the road, and how did you overcome it?
So I think with any rebrand, you're gonna have unexpected things and you have to pivot. It did take us a little bit longer, but it was because we wanted to get it right. So, you know, the legal portion of naming is particularly challenging, because we're like, we have all these great names, and then legal is like, well, this person's using it and they're in your space. So there's a very detailed legal process that goes behind all of this. And our legal partners were fantastic in guiding us to make sure we got to a place where the name was going to work for us and not really cause any issues. So I would say that was probably the biggest learning experience I got out of this. And we involved legal really early on. So that's another important tip, is getting them kind of at the seat at the table from the beginning, because they really play a big part in helping us define what this looks like.
Yeah, I liken it to sort of like the patent process, right?
Yes.
We would never want to develop a product, go all the way down the road
Right.
to build it, only to run into a brick wall of a patent.
Absolutely.
The same thing with branding. You don't want to do all this wonderful
All
work,
of this work, yep.
get everyone excited, only to realize, oh,
Right.
it's too close to someone else's, or run into legal issues.
Right.
So that's, again, pretty smart to get that.
Yeah. We showed them the logo too, like, hey, check this logo, make sure, you know, we're good here before we show it to anybody else. We don't want to get anybody excited about it and then say, oh, sorry, we can't use that logo or that color. So so they were a critical piece and kind of helped us through some of those bumps.
Now, Jen, I asked this question of anyone who's gone through a rebrand. When people look at the new logo, Jen, what are you hoping that they will take from it?
So we love the M. The movement that the M brings, I think, really was fresh and bright and new. I was really trying hard to build a logo for Momentum, our conference. With the M, we couldn't quite get there, but I just think it shows that momentum that we now have as a combined organization, and again, it signals that fresh new start.
Well, and it's really cool in terms of having that emblem, right? Because we all know now you have to have that little square emblem.
Yes.
And the long name sometimes doesn't do well because it shrinks down too far.
Right, yeah, so the M is coming in super handy, you know, the website tab, the social icons, you know, we've given it to sales to kind of use in some decks. So yeah, it was nice to have just not only the logo, but be able to have the icon as well.
So Jen, for anyone out there that's about to embark on a rebrand, maybe hoping to embark on a rebrand, what advice would you have for them?
I would say grounding your decisions in research. Get out there, talk to your clients, talk to your partners, all your constituents. You have your board of directors, right? Like the folks that are advising you, making sure that they're involved along the way. Test different things. Don't be afraid to try something bold and new. And be confident in your decisions, right? Like we went through this process, we were grounded in research, and we were able to say, like, yes, this is the direction we need to take it in.
Awesome. Jen, final question for you. Where can people go to learn more about Illumia?
So illumiatech.com, or you can find us on LinkedIn, also Illumia Tech. And we've been posting videos and lots of great social content. The website just launched while we were here at the conference, so it's got a fresh new look, lots of great information about our solutions.
Well, Jen, congratulations on the rebrand. It looks amazing.
Thank
you for being on the program.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. This was great. Appreciate it.
Hey, I really want to thank Jen for hopping on camera with me at the last minute and giving me that behind-the-scenes look at the Illumia rebrand. I thought what she said about the cutover, how they went hard on the marketing side, but are taking their time on the product side, was an excellent decision. And I really enjoyed her story about how they came up with the name, the data, and the fact, of course, that they're using hot pink, which is, of course, the Swaay.Health colors. Now, this video is not sponsored by Illumia, although they did invite us to come down here to their user conference to cover it. And hey, if you made it this far in the video, we would really appreciate it if you mash that like button and click subscribe. Also, head over to Swaay.Health, that's Swaay with 2 A's, .health, where you can find more great content like this. I'm Colin Hung. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.